Elder Heber J. Grant said he had listened with pleasure to what had been said at the conference, and hoped that we would practice the same. It was not that which we heard, but that which we practiced that would benefit us. Many attended meetings thinking they were benefited because they listened attentively, but such were mistaken if they did not reduce to practice what was taught them. The gospel, when practiced, was calculated to make us perfect beings. If the naturally selfish would tithe themselves and donate liberally for charitable purposes, that weakness would be largely overcome. The work of self-improvement was the all-important one which, when carried out effectively, would prepare us to build up Zion in the way that God intends it should be. Some had allowed themselves to believe that the greatest of all gifts can be realized by them without meriting it. How inconsistent when it is remembered that there can be no excellence without labor, no good results without working to produce them. The revelations of God on this subject were that no blessing can be received unless the law upon which it is predicated is strictly honored, whether it be of a temporal or a spiritual character. It would be a waste of time to labor for and desire merely honor of men and the wealth of the world, as they are of a transitory nature. The speaker regretted that we cannot learn through the unpleasant experience of others, without having to suffer likewise, and reverted to the advice of the previous speaker with regard to the duties of parents to children. He had heard parents lament, when it was too late, of a lack of this duty. There could be no condition so painful as that which separated parents from children, and especially if this were brought through negligence of parents in the performance of their duty to their children. Condemnation came to us through our failing to live up to the light and knowledge that we possessed. He prayed that God would lead the saints to do better in the future than they had in the past, and thus render themselves acceptable before Him.